many threads of memory run through Judaism. There is the memory of the Exodus from Egypt, which recalls the roots of Jewish ethics in the experience of injustice and the longing for dignity and freedom. There is the command to remember Shabbat, the day devoted not to doing and making, but to the recognition of God's presence in creation, the day on which the world breathes out its spirit, and we endeavor to breathe it in. But this Shabbat, Shabbat Zachor, which means remember, is devoted to remembering evil. It always precedes Purim and reminds us of the ancestry of Haman in the Amalekite people who attacked the children of Israel from behind in the desert on their way out of Egypt. The purpose of this reminder is not to make us vindictive. The nation of Amalek doesn't exist anymore. According to the rabbis of the Talmud, it hasn't done so since the Assyrian invasion of Israel in the 8th century BCE. The purpose of remembering is more general. It concerns the struggle against hatred, racism, bigotry, and cruelty everywhere, including within ourselves, and it will be won only when such behaviors persist no more. Only then will the memory of Amalek be, in the words of the Torah, truly blotted out. This year, as is often the case, Shabbat Zachor coincides with reading the Torah portion which opens with a description of the eternal light, the Ner Tamid, which is to illumine the sanctuary, if not constantly, then at least from evening to morning, all through the dark of each and every night. I often wonder what it is which burns despite the darkness. What is it which keeps the light of God's presence alive in the world, in spite of the injustice, misery, brutality, and organized hatred which so often afflict human life and dominate entire societies? This question will surely accompany me next autumn when I walk with a torch from the eternal light of my grandfather's synagogue in Frankfurt, along the Rhine and back to Finchley, to kindle the Ner Tamid in our new building. Where is the flame which, in spite of everything, still testifies to God's presence not just in nature, but in humanity? I've come to believe that the answers are usually to be found not in what is writ large, but in what is writ small. Those who welcomed the children of the Kindertransport into their families didn't think that they would save the world. They were motivated by caring for that particular child. The person who refuses to let his or her heart be coarsened by the hatreds which whirl through the surrounding world, like the head teacher of the Palestinian school, who told me that she believes that God wants every child to have a proper childhood, irrespective of race, and to play football and dream about the sea. Such people testify to the light which shall, in the words of the Torah, never be extinguished. It burns within us all, and the art of life is to let it shine more brightly than the darkness which threatens to engulf it. Shabbat Shalom and Good Purim.